If you're positive, you better bless this space. If you are negative, you better get up on my face. If you are positive, you better bless this space. If you are negative, you better get up on my face. If you are positive, you better bless our space. If you are negative, you better get up on our faces. Hey! Ooh. Get that energy out.
What is up, everybody? If you are new here, hi, I am Azari.
I'm Space, the witch.
And this is Space the Witch and Little Miss Crystal Bitch back at it again. I'm just kidding.
Did you come up with that on the fly?
And this is Witches and Weebs, where the otaku lifestyle, spirituality, fandom, and witchcraft all come together to create a harmonious community. English is hard. Of witches and weebs and everything in between. We dive into all things mystical, magical, pop culture, witchy, weeby, anything under the sun considered fun. So if you are here, thank you for joining us on our journey to betterment, and we hope that you have as much fun as we do. Jazzy.
Today we are having another FANCRAFT episode, and we are focusing on Marvel's Loki, not the Norse one, the Marvel one. Just Marvel. Norse Loki's a whole different ball game. We're not gonna touch that.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
We're not into there. We will be referencing only the Marvel character and mostly just his powers. We're not gonna talk about the messy lore that he's got going on because
we're gonna talk a little bit about it. Just a little bit.
A little bit, but we're not gonna touch too deeply on it. Otherwise, we'll be here for like 4 days.
Ever.
At least 4 days. The reason we want to talk about it is because this is the whole concept of the show. FANCRAFT and making like witches and weebs into one thing. FANCRAFT. So you could be a fan and work on your craft. Hey.
Because Witches and Weebs always promotes various types of practices, traditional, new age. I don't know what are
new age. New age is how it's. New age is not a bad term. It just means that it is of the new age. It is post Industrial Revolution, and now we have things like technology to help us, and it's not a bad thing to be a new age witch. I'm just saying, it's not a bad thing to be a new age spirituality. Nope. So long as you know where the tradition comes from, you can make it your own new age tradition. This is also for the people that are in the broom closet and don't want to go out and buy all these witchy things. So if you got a bunch of Loki merch, hey, ain't that crazy? Now you got witchcraft merch.
Wow, crazy. People are gonna be like, oh my god, you really like comics. And like, yeah, I also do witchcraft with it, but let's not talk about that right now. I'm in the broom closet.
Now the question is, are you guys a fan of Marvel's Loki, or are you more of a fan of the original who he's based off of Norse god Loki, even though they're two very different things? I do want to know, do you think Marvel got it right or wrong? And this could be comics version or MCU version, whichever you know. I don't know much about the MCU version. I'm 10 years removed from this stuff. I haven't seen anything since Endgame, except for like 2 shows, and they were both for the same person, and one sucked.
Oh, damn. Sounds about Marvel.
Dude, the show sucked. Thunderbolts, different story, great movie. The show he was in, absolute dog shit.
But we got John Walker out of it, and I love me some John Walker.
Would you reference both in your practice or just one or the other? Those are my questions for the comments if you want to answer. Greater story of what this is, FANCRAFT.
So, Loki is a character in Marvel with a slightly expansive backstory, and by slightly, I mean incredibly. If you go on his wiki page, that shit is blocks of paragraphs and text, and we're not doing all that.
No, it's so hard.
Loki's known for all of the mischief that he got into, but in this episode, we'll be diving a little bit into his lore and his abilities and how these can coincide with whatever practices that you can possibly invoke him in. It is very much known that Loki has probably done more bad than good. We know that, but at least he made a little bit of an effort to be good in favor of becoming a better person for his brother.
I do want to say, in reference to the 2015 or Doctor Strange, where this Loki God of Stories is in, the newer version of Loki, is trying to be a better person. However, he doesn't know how to do things right. He's a mess.
I like that.
He's a mess, but he is trying his best.
And
he's just a mess.
You can ask of people, to be honest. So, OG Loki is referred to the god of mischief in Marvel. He was born to giants who separated him from the rest of his people because he wasn't as big and as strong and as cool as in gianty as they were. And so, haha, funny enough, future Loki comes back into the past, does some cool trickster bullshit, manipulates Odin's dad, and pretty much sets it up so where Odin adopts him as his adoptive son into Asgard. So in short, Loki is someone who basically manipulates his way into getting what he wants. His morals are different from what we do in our practices, but the same concept applies as in using our powers to manifest what we desire. We're just doing it in a way that's not, haha, shitty and manipulative. We're doing it creatively and magically and whimsically in a way that is positive and beneficial to us, obviously. Loki has a lot of powers in the Marvel comics, but the ones that we're focusing on are very specific to what can be invoked during your practices and the energies that can be used in your magic, such as shape-shifting. Loki is able to shift into any humanoid form or animal or inanimate object that he wants to.
Also it references Lady Loki, who exists and gives, I believe in the comics, Hel is Loki's daughter, like physically. He gave birth to this bitch. Loki is that bitch. I don't know what to tell you.
And I know I'm saying he a lot because that's just the form that he took on predominantly before his rebirth. But if I'm offending somebody,
he can be whatever,
I apologize.
But Loki can truthfully be anything that they want to, if you accurate. Loki would be more like a they.
Yeah, definitely a they, them. A non-binary finey, if you would. I'm attracted to
There's
Loki.
also, from shape-shifting, obviously this makes sense, is that illusion magic is also quite good for him. Can be manipulated into powers of deception. He can create illusions in place of his actual self. This can be used for a divination tool. This can be used for glamour magic, fiction magic, because you get an illusion around yourself to make you seem different than what you actually are. Mm-hmm. Transmutation, which is great for energy working, because taking negative, turning it into positive energy. And regenerative healing, which means you get your energy back, because obviously you can only heal so much with all of this.
Right.
But this could be talking about healing inner wounds, healing soul wounds, healing emotional that are otherwise unable to be treated with modern day medicine, with Eastern and Western balance, not one or the other. They work great. Eastern preventative, Western reactive. Once you already have it, go Western. If you don't have it yet, Eastern.
if you can, if you are able to.
Correct, or just do research.
You literally, or just do research. Research. I also want to reference again, as I usually do, shadow working. Again, don't do shadow working by yourself. It's an interesting analogy here, with Loki basically dying in his base form to be reborn as this god of stories who is trying to become a better person. So, if you want to take a page out of Loki's book, do some shadow working, just saying, because again,
kill off the old you to give birth to the new you, motherfucker. We just came up with that, motherfuckers, because we didn't know he was even dead before.
Literally, I'm like, Loki's dead, but then what about Lady Loki and then other Loki?
I'm literally wait a second, I read Loki shit in a comic that was put out after that. But the God of Stories makes sense, because even in the MCU, he does become the God of Stories at the very end of the Loki series. So, that tracks. And I kind of love that concept, actually. Him die, the OG Loki and the new Loki being like, your life kind of sucked. I want to be different.
Yeah.
But not, here's the thing. Because he only has the old Loki's memories, he doesn't know how to be better. So he's just doing Loki shit.
Yeah.
And making a mess. But he's trying.
As the road to hell is paved with good intentions. It's a very common theme here at Witches and Weebs.
Yeah, that's a very common theme in a lot of anime, a lot of political stuff, a lot of Marvel, is that a lot of these, and I think it's overdone now, but at some point it was very well needed, that a lot of these villains were painted as road to hell is paved with good intentions. All of these villains had good intentions, but they were going about it the wrong reason. Now I think that they've overdone it, and now they've made too many of them have good intentions and making the heroes look bad.
Ugh, I don't
Like,
even
homie,
think that these are good intentions. These are just selfish reasons.
so the way, obviously, now we're going to start talking about how you can use Loki in your practice. I've mentioned a few ways with regenerative healing to heal inner child wounds, inner teen wounds, because they're ready to fight everything. All of those inner wounds that might not get touched, you have Loki use his regenerative healing inside you. Of course, this is only for like all that kind of like psychotherapy kind of shit. But then there's also redirection magic. This is using illusion magic to confuse your energy, invoking Loki's ability to use illusion magic to mislead foes. This can also be used in magic practice to direct any negative energy using a protection bubble or an illusion. You could see, you know how witches sometimes use witches bottles and place them as like a redirection tool
Yep.
on their property. Exactly. You could do stuff like that. Witches bottles are a great example of illusion magic because the witch's bottle takes the place of you. And ooh, I think I need to make a witch's bottle for my property. Of course, then we're into glamour magic because Loki can look however he wants to.
Quite
He
literally.
can be pretty. They could be a they. They can be a she. She could be Lady Loki. Loki? Who's Loki?
I love Lady Loki.
Lady Loki, and you could just use it to be a little prettier. Like you could feel. I don't even want to say prettier. I want to say to feel better about yourself.
More confident.
This could be This could be used. That means I've wished how English is hard.
English is very hard.
Glamour magic is used as a means to be perceived how we wish to be perceived. So you can use it as I want to be perceived more confident. This is more about masking and also doing genuine improvements. Say you want to be thinner, so you start doing magic in your exercising because you can't just I'm gonna do a spell to be thinner and then none of the work.
See, I actually saw a cool TikTok a while ago, and I don't remember if you sent it to me or not. I think you might have, but someone said, okay, cool, you're doing this, I'm magic, I'm thinner, and you don't put in the effort of exercising. Well, guess what? Now you're sick. Now you can't
Okay,
eat.
fair. Okay. I was wondering what one you were going to reference. Did you see me? I was like,
And this,
what are you
and
referencing?
This is what people would refer to as backfiring. And it's not necessarily backfiring because this is exactly what you were manifesting. You just weren't specific with how you wanted to manifest it, and you didn't put in the effort to make it, come to fruition.
You have to put in some kind of effort to make it happen like normally. You can't just be like, I want to be thinner and then do like not eat better, no exercise, no nothing. And then you end up getting sick and you're like, oh my God, this spell backfired. No, it didn't. You got exactly what you wanted. You just didn't do any of the work for it.
Yep.
You wanted to do no work to lose 10 pounds. Well, now you couldn't eat for 4 days. If this is going to be a little bit more niche in a way of use this, but specifically for Lady Loki, they, them Loki, and he, him Loki, because he can do whatever he wants, and she can be whatever she wants. This is a great character for anybody who experiences some kind of level of gender dysphoria. You can invoke if you want to look more feminine, Lady Loki. Want to look more masculine, regular old schmegular Loki. If you want to look androgynous, because that is a very specific look. Like I said, this is also really good for transgender people and anyone looking to make themselves into what they want. So please use it like that. Any evil eyes looking to scry on you will be misled and given false information to protect your energy, because what does Loki do best but mislead people and be mischievous? And this is a great way to mess with people who are messing with you.
Mm-hmm.
And to just basically inconvenience you. Not you. Inconvenience them because, duh.
Return that shit back to sender. I don't want it. That's not my package.
Return that. I might need to invoke some Loki in my practice because we be getting shit up in here. Not my thoughts, homie. Relax.
Put on the foil hat. I'm telling you, we're magical here at Witches and Weebs.
We are magical here. As we said, we were crafting some misled information. I need to do this for myself so that people are not looking in on me with their evil eyes. How would you invoke Marvel's Loki in your FANCRAFT? And also, we need ideas. Who do you want us to talk about next? Our next video is probably going to be about witches bottles, maybe.
Maybe.
Could
We'll see.
Perhaps,
We'll see.
if we do the research fast enough.
Overall, Loki's whole shtick is utilizing illusion magic for his benefit, which can also be used for your craft. Loki, along with Neptune, will possibly bring your glamour magic to the next level. Again, because Neptunian energy is what? Illusion. Glamour magic. And what is Loki? A god of mischief that also uses illusion magic. Just saying.
Wait, I forgot one thing. The reason we brought up God of Stories, the Loki that is now living in the comics, the Loki God of Stories is great for fucking creatives. If you need ideas of things to write, invoke the God of Stories because he has access to every single timeline. The God of Stories is great for creatives, getting inspiration, different stories, like you can invoke them for your D&D campaign if you don't know which way to go. We will be talking like that's a great way for God of Stories to be brought into your craft through creative endeavors because you have to create more than you consume.
Mm-hmm.
You can use them for stories. You can use them for glamour. You can use them to feel better about yourself and your own skin. You can use them to do I would say a lot of things can be done with a good illusion spell. A lot of protection.
Sure.
A lot of fucking evil eye work. A lot of, you can definitely use him to inconvenience your enemies. So justice working could be done here, just to say.
Yeah.
Because what is worse than, what sets up, I can handle a big issue. I can handle any kind of big issue. An inconvenience will set me off. I'm sorry. I'm on cloud 9. We're fighting. I'm fighting God at this point.
Inconveniences, they just come out
I'm
of
swinging
nowhere.
on him. It's ready. So this is also very good justice working to invoke the little mischievous Loki.
For the next Witchy Wednesday, we will be adding Mau Mau of the Apothecary Diaries to our list of FANCRAFT characters. We've got a great roster so far with Gojo, Satoru, Monkey D. Luffy, Raiden Shogun, and Susan Storm.
Now here's Loki being added in.
So make sure that you check those videos out if you like any of those characters, and make sure that you tune into this video next week so you can see how to embody this infuriating yet lovable character into your practices, because I'll be wanting to strangle Mau Mau so fucking badly.
But she's an incredible apothecary.
She's a
and
great
that
apothecary.
That is really important in witchcraft. And so she's a great person to invoke for simple knowledge. So we'll be talking about her next week.
Yep. And this Friday, we will be putting out our free run Beyond Journey's End reviews on episodes 10, 11, and 12. So stay tuned for that as well.
As always, if you've enjoyed this video, please consider leaving us a comment if you haven't already. Giving us a thumbs up if you like, because you like us so much. Subscribing and turning on that little notification bell so you can know when we are uploading new videos, because who doesn't want to be first in line for an episode of Witches and Weebs? We know we do.
Gotta be your number one fan, and I am.
We gotta be our own number one fans
because you like us so. You like us. You like us.
You so like us so much.
Witchy.
That was so ugly.
Remember, everybody, please stay safe. Stay safe, practice wisely, practice safely, and may all of your positive affirmations and manifestations come to fruition, because they will. Magic is real. We know these things.
So with that in mind, stay mystical, stay magical, stay whimsical, and we will see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Mwah.